Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up because the landscape in Indianapolis has just shifted violently. We are talking about a franchise-altering day for the Colts that changes everything we thought we knew about the future of this team. Reports are coming in hot, confirming that a massive experiment is officially over, and the front office is scrambling to pick up the pieces. Before we dive into the chaos, I need you to do one thing for me. We are pushing hard for 1,000 subscribers, and we cannot get there without the true die-hard fans like you. Smash that subscribe button right now, because you are not going to want to miss a second of this coverage.
We begin with breaking news that has sent shockwaves through the entire National Football League, and specifically the city of Indianapolis. As of this Thursday, February 26th, sources from both ESPN and the NFL Network have confirmed a development that marks the definitive end of the Anthony Richardson era for the Colts. The organization has officially granted Anthony Richardson permission to seek a trade. This is not a rumor. This is not speculation. This is the reality. The team has authorized his representatives to contact other franchises to facilitate a move out of Indy. Let's look at the facts here. The decision comes after a tumultuous period where Richardson lost the starting quarterback job to Daniel Jones. Yes, you heard me correctly. Daniel Jones is the man the coaching staff trusts. And combined with Richardson's inability to stay on the field due to recurrent injuries, the front office decided enough was enough. They are moving in a different direction. Now, let me switch gears and talk to you about what this really means, because this is absolutely heartbreaking and, quite frankly, a disaster of epic proportions. When the Colts drafted Anthony Richardson, we were sold a dream. We were sold the most athletic quarterback prospect in the history of the Combine. We were told to be patient. We were told that the ceiling was limitless. And now? Now we are handing him a ticket out of town because he couldn't beat out Daniel Jones? Are you kidding me? This is an indictment on the entire development process. I have said it before and I will say it again. Availability is the best ability. You can have a cannon for an arm, you can run a 4.40, you can jump out of the gym, but if you cannot stay on the field and you cannot process the game fast enough to keep your job against a bridge quarterback, then we have a major problem. This is a bitter pill to swallow for every Colts fan who bought a number 5 jersey. The frustration is palpable because the talent is undeniable, but the production simply never matched the hype. Think about the strategic failure here. The Colts invested a top 4 pick in this young man. That is premium capital. That is the kind of asset that is supposed to secure your franchise for the next 15 years. Instead, we are cutting bait before his rookie contract is even close to expiring. It screams dysfunction. It screams that the evaluation was wrong, or the coaching was wrong, or the medical staff was wrong. Someone has to answer for this. You do not just give up on a talent like Richardson unless the situation inside the building is broken beyond repair. The report states clearly that the team decided to follow a new direction after he lost the starting role. That means the coaching staff looked at the tape, looked at the practice reps, and decided they had a better chance to win with Daniel Jones under center. That is a sobering reality check. It tells the rest of the league that the Colts are in win-now mode and they do not have time for projects anymore. But what is the trade market for a quarterback who is injured and benched? What can Chris Ballard actually get in return? We are selling low on a blue-chip asset, and that is bad business. It hurts the soul of this franchise to admit defeat this early, but that is exactly what this permission to seek a trade signifies. It is a white flag. It is an admission that the plan failed. And now, the pressure shifts entirely to the front office to salvage something from this wreckage. They have to find a partner willing to take a gamble on Richardson's traits, hoping they can fix what Indy could not. This changes the entire complexion of the offseason. The quarterback room is now in flux, the future is uncertain, and the fan base is left wondering what could have been. But if you think the quarterback situation is the only headache Chris Ballard is dealing with, you are sorely mistaken, because the draft strategy is about to get even more complicated.
Listen, the news cycle never sleeps, and neither do we. If you want to stay ahead of the curve with exclusive insights that you simply cannot find anywhere else, you need to subscribe right now. Don't get left behind.
This brings us directly to the war room and the strategy for the upcoming NFL draft, which has suddenly become the most critical event of the year for this front office. On Wednesday, February 25th, General Manager Chris Ballard faced the media and dropped a strategic bombshell that typically drives fans up a wall, but in this context, it might be his only move. Ballard revealed that the Colts, who are currently sitting without a first-round pick, are actively looking to trade down to accumulate more capital. Remember, that first-round pick is gone. It was shipped off to the New York Jets in the blockbuster trade for cornerback Sauce Gardner. So the Colts are entering the draft with 5 picks, expecting some compensatory selections, but no headline-grabbing first-rounder. Ballard was explicit. He said the team is open to moving back to acquire more darts to throw at the board. Let me tell you why this is both a genius move and a terrifying reality. Chris Ballard is addicted to draft picks. We know this. It is his DNA. But right now, this strategy is born out of necessity, not just preference. When you trade for a superstar like Sauce Gardner, you are declaring that your window is open. You are saying that you need elite talent on the perimeter to shut down the passing attacks of the AFC. But that trade stripped the cupboard bare of premium equity in this specific draft. Now Ballard is looking at a roster that still has holes that were supposed to be filled by the development of Anthony Richardson, who is now on the trade block. Do you see the connection? The pressure is mounting. Ballard cannot afford to miss on these mid-round picks. By trading down, he is playing the percentages. He wants 7 or 8 players instead of 5, hoping that 3 of them turn into starters. It is a volume game. But here's where I get heated. The fans in Indianapolis are tired of bargain bin Ballard constantly trading back and passing on premium talent to stockpile 4th-rounders. We want impact players. We want blue-chip guys. However, we have to be objective here. Without a first-round pick, the margin for error is 0. If Ballard stays put with his current 5 picks and whiffs on 2 of them, the rookie class is a wash. By trading down, he buys himself insurance. He is trying to manipulate the board to manufacture depth because the salary cap is getting tight, and he needs cheap labor to balance out the massive contracts on the roster. It is a dangerous game of chess. He is betting on his scouting department to find diamonds in the rough in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th rounds. He's banking on his ability to identify talent that other teams overlook. But let's be real, this is a high-wire act. If he trades down and misses out on a sliding talent that becomes a Pro Bowler for another team, the criticism will be deafening. The Sauce Gardner trade was the aggressive swing. This draft strategy is the conservative counterpunch to balance the books. It creates a fascinating dynamic where the team is all in on defense with Gardner, but penny pinching with draft capital to fill out the rest of the roster. Ballard is telling us that he believes in the depth of this class more than the top-end talent available where they would be picking. He is telling us that quantity is quality in this specific scenario. But with the quarterback situation in turmoil and the roster in a state of flux, can the Colts really afford to keep passing on talent to move down? Every time you trade back, you risk losing the guy who could change your season. Ballard is gambling with his job security here. He is doubling down on his philosophy at the exact moment the franchise is at a crossroads. It is bold, it is risky, and it is quintessential Chris Ballard. But the question remains, will this conservative approach be enough to save a sinking ship?
This is it, Colts Nation. We are standing at the absolute crossroads of the franchise's history. The Anthony Richardson experiment has been terminated, placing immense pressure on the next quarterback decision. Meanwhile, Chris Ballard is doubling down on his trade-back philosophy to salvage a draft where we have already spent our biggest asset on Sauce Gardner. The stakes have never been higher. My question to you is simple. Do you trust Chris Ballard to navigate this chaos, or has the front office lost its way entirely? I want to see your thoughts in the comments below. Let's hash this out. We are in this together, through the highs and the lows. Stay tuned because this story is far from over.